Yes, we are live. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Hello. Just comment in the comment section. Where are you? Where are you? Today I have good news, you guys. But I'm still waiting. If you are 3 people, 4 people, closely to 10 people, then we start. Okay. I'm gonna share something with you today, and I hope everything is doing good. You're doing okay. Yeah, just comment on the comment section where are you watching from, and then we're gonna go from there. I have good news today for you guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Anyways, so today I come to share something very little, but I you can comment in the comment section where you're watching from, and I have good news today. There's fire in my house. So come on, come on. And you can comment in the comment section where you are watching from. Where are you watching from? Okay. So let me just introduce myself. For those who don't know me, if it's your first time to see me, my name is Dorothy, your girl from Uganda, all the way from East Africa, a mom. And today, I have a topic. I want to talk about something. When I was picking my checks today, I'm like, let me share this with my viewers, my followers, for those who are watching me wherever you are watching. This is something very, I could say, should I say that I'm blessed, because I'm just look at myself and I'm like, oh, Dorothy, in just like 4 years, and you are like your own boss, you work in the comfort of your home. I'm a CEO, so, and I've seen a lot of people here, and they have been in the, wherever they are, maybe in the diaspora, I don't know which country. It could be Europe, it could be here, but as it is taking them a long time to discover that they should have to start up their own business. They should not have to live a paycheck to paycheck, and be by the time they get to discover that, when it's already their retirement, they are hitting their retirement, and then like, oh, I wish I knew this, I wish I had started this earlier. But if you are lucky and you have this opportunity wherever you're watching me, and you can start up your own online business, even if it's not online business, it could be any other business. But what I can advise you is to start up online business, because actually the reason even why I'm here today, I landed on this gentleman, RIP, and this man, he has been there for here in America for closely 30 years. And guess what, guys? This person, it's kind of emotional. This person, he has been in the United States for over 30 years, not going back home. Not that because he cannot even go back home. He can, but he cannot go back home because of the bills. Like, once he leaves the country, like, the bills keeps on coming, and he cannot afford these bills without, like, when he's not in the country. Otherwise, mortgage and everything, like all the utilities, it ends up like you cannot leave to go to any other country. You have to just be in the country because you have to work to pay these bills. Like, instead of okay, now I'm talking to the immigrants, right? We leave our beautiful countries to look for the greener pastures, and guess what? Once we come here, it's like not a greener pasture. Sometimes it's like we came to develop diseases, That's the bitter truth. If you don't mind, the fact is, sometimes it's diseases. You end up developing diseases. Like myself before, I was doing three jobs, and I was AML, anti-money laundering analyst, and I was doing health and safety environment officer. At the same time, guys, I could go drive Uber on weekends and holidays because it wasn't enough for me by myself with a little kid. So I decided to go get another, like, I could do Uber on weekends and holidays, however much I was in a corporate world. But I'm an immigrant. I'm not gonna tell you that when I came here, I went straight to the, to the corporate world. No, you all know immigrants where we start from. Of course, you're gonna go in caregiving, and when you see it's not you, then you start to see where you belong, right? So of course, when I came, I started within those caregiving jobs, and hustling then there. But you are with a kid alone, no family, no friend. Of course, the caregiving job wasn't like add up for me. So that's why I decided to go back to the field where I was doing those health safety officer, like safety work, and at the same time the AML analyst. But guys, it wasn't enough. So when I looked at this gentleman, he has been there for 30 years. Like, he has been here in the US for 30 years, and this is what happened. I think he got a problem with his heart. It's kind of a heart attack, and then we immigrants, some of them, it takes us long time for us to go for these annual checkups, right? But what I can advise you guys, we are here in most of these developed countries, we get to work a lot. So right now I'm talking to the immigrants because I'm an immigrant, so I know exactly what we go through because I've ever went through that. So, and because of we are not going for these annual checkups, by the time we realize that we have to go for these checkups, when it's too late, that's when they even start to develop a lot of like diseases. And at the end of it, you are like, oh, I was with Dorothy, God forbid. I was with Dorothy, and they just call you that Dorothy is dead, or your friend is dead, or this is dead. And it's like, no, we have been here with Dorothy, blah, blah, blah. And guys, it's just because of this hectic environment we are living in, the too much work, and you don't really have time for yourself. You don't have that peace of mind. So by the end, by the time you know that, oh, this is not healthy for myself, that's when you realize, by the time you realize when it's too late, when you've already developed diseases you even don't know. Because I actually even never shared this story. Me, I was working tirelessly. I didn't have time for myself. And my safety job, I was working, I sometimes I call it a Uber safety job because I was a supervisor whereby I worked site to site. It was in a construction. And for those who are in California, I'm living this side of California, San Francisco, but I could drive from Walnut Creek. I go to Napa. It's around almost an hour and a half. And after Napa, the other day, you're going to go to San Jose. It's more other 1 hour. Like, almost my day, I spend almost 6 hours just on the road. And now imagine, at the end of the day, I'm working like that tirelessly, but I cannot even afford to pay all my bills. So that means after me working tirelessly like that, I have to go to my second job. Because I was starting my first job at exactly 6 a.m. in the morning, like 6:30 in the morning, because I had to drop my boy at 6 a.m. when he's sleeping. And then I leave my first job at 2 p.m. That is my safety, 2:30. And then I was starting my second job at 3 p.m. and I stop at 10 p.m. So basically, my little boy, I was dropping him sleeping, picking him sleeping. And this is the time after, like, now imagine me traveling like east, west, south, north, and at the same time now I'm going to the second job. And on top of that, on weekend I'm gonna go for Uber, so it means I didn't have a peace of mind. I made a lot of accidents, and I reached on an extent whereby I'm working for paying accident. Paying, debts for accidents. That even if you have insurance, I had insurance and it was a full insurance, but like full coverage. And the insurance, I don't know even how they calculate their things, but they can pay and they say, okay, we have paid 25,000, and then if the accident costs like 50,000, then the half you're gonna pay it. All right. So that means I had to pay. I think I had almost $50,000 just in deaths of those accidents. I ever made a very bad accident whereby all the cars are totaled. So there was too much. By the time I know it, I'm like, am I working for paying these debts? I cannot even pay I cannot have something for myself, right? And sometimes by the time we get to know that, it's already too late for us. It's already retirement. This is where you can even go to your home country and you're like, some of us, we leave those beautiful countries and you come here to look for the greener pastures. Some of you leave your, like, you have a little land, you sell out your title, like houses, your cars. And then when we go back, do you know what we have to do? We have to rent, or not even renting, go for a hotel. You don't even have a house in your home where even, you were born there, raised there, but when you go back, you're like an immigrant there. So I looked into all those things whereby I'm like, anyway, Dorothy, you have to get something you could lean on. And I was giving a short story for my story, but I'll come back next time. Let's go back to this gentleman. Do you know, guys, this gentleman went to a surgery, and guess what? This is what happens. They did a surgery, and after the surgery, the guy came out from the ICU, and within like 2 days, is like, when am I going back home? And everybody was looking at him, is like, what are you meaning? Going home? You still, like, this guy is from the ICU, is from the theater, guys. And for him, he wants to go back home. And what happens? Do you know the reason why he wanted to go back home? Put it in the comment section. Do you know the reason? A person who is from the theater, but he's yawning, like he wants to go back home, he's pleading to go back home. Put it in the comment section if you know why. Guys, this is what happens. The guy was telling us that, you know why? I have to go work, my mortgage, blah, blah. Like, all the minds, they're on the bills. He doesn't even care about his life. The person is from the theater, but he thinks about the bills. Guys, what kind of life is that? It's kind of emotional, but you can sit down. If really you haven't hit those, retirement age, you still have opportunity to get something for yourself. I think it's the right time you get it, because I just looked at the guy and even tears comes out. This person did not care about his life. He was caring about the bills. He's from this theater, but he doesn't care. He just cares about the bills. And I'm like, what is this kind of life? So that's what I thought about. And I'm like, oh, guys, like me, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse here in America. I don't have that big professional or that big, position. But I can even earn more than the doctors. Can you tell me how many doctors can earn like $3,000 in a day? And when I'm to share, today I went to my mailbox. See what I got? All these are checks. You see, all these are checks. And trust me, there is no doctor can make this much. Although we know that doctors are making a lot of money. You see, all these checks, they are for today in a day. And I received all of this. It's more than $5,000 in just one day. So what does that mean? You have to start up your own boss. You see all these checks. I know most of you get, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. Most of you get 4 checks, right? These 4 checks, it means your boss is the one like planning, has a limit on your income. This is your first week paycheck, second week paycheck, third week paycheck, and your fourth week paycheck. Okay? So these are the four paychecks you have, right? So these four checks, your boss is the one paying you this, but your bosses, they're earning this much. Why? Because they are their own bosses. So they don't every day, it's a payday for themselves. So that means that's why they can even have more than 5 checks, 7 checks. Every day it's a payday for them. They don't have to wait for 1 week. They don't have to wait for 2 weeks for them to be paid. But for you, you either earning 2, if you're paying 2, if they're paying you every 2 weeks, that means you only have 2 checks, right? I don't know how much is it. I don't care about it, but you can tell me, you think how much is this? All these checks. How much is this? You can put it in the comment section. And what do I mean? I tried to say that you should have to start up your own business. Start up something for yourself. Let it be a side hustle. Like me, I started this as a side hustle for myself, but currently is my full-time job in a comfort of my home. I don't need to, like, I don't have any boss breathing under my neck. I'm by I'm my own boss. I wake up my own time I want. I do my things the way I want them. I don't have to ask for a permission for me to go pick my little boy. No. Like, everything is you, because that's your life. Once you are, the salaries, all those paycheck, if you're still living that paycheck, and the salaries, it's like, it's a prison where your boss, your boss, they're arresting you in those checks for them to make money. You are the one making even more money for your bosses. Why? Because they took a risk to start up their own business. So if you want to know how much is this check in just a day, just type in your name and the email address. My website is in the description link. Just type in the name and the email address. You will get to know how much are these checks. If you want to be part of our community, don't wait. Don't wait. My website is on the screen. Just type on it. Type in your name and your email address. It will take you straight, like, you will get a detailed information webinar. Actually, today is a Wednesday. We have a live webinar on how you can start up your online business at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so don't miss out. See you there, and bye bye.